Hello, this is Rachel Klein.
Hey, Rachel, my name is Danny. I'm calling on some commercial space here in Baltimore. I'm interested in talking lease terms, maybe giving you a rent check here.
Sure, what property?
It's exactly
Cold Spring
Baltimore.
Shopping.
There's
Awesome. What type of
there's a coin
what type of business?
laundromat over here. That is what I do, Rachel. I do coin laundries. I've been in the business for 20 some years. My partner and I are always looking for space that has infrastructure. You have a laundromat here. That's why I'm calling. You have a tenant. I get that. Your question is, what kind of business? Usually people want to put their business in an empty space. We scout these existing laundries and then reach out to the landlord, i.e. you. We want to see if and when a lease might be available. This is not a horrible laundromat. The equipment's old. Uh, oh, sure.
To hop on a call very shortly, so I just want to make sure I get your information
hmm
because this thing laundromat. The landlord does have the right to recapture.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah.
so this would be an opportunity for you guys. Is this a cell phone number?
Correct.
Would you be able to text me or email? And I could shoot you an email, and if you could just respond with a deck or anything you have on your, like if you guys have anything on your company or your, like just so I can discuss it with the landlord. And I can send you over the terms. I think we're quoting mid-20s per square foot, and our triple nets are about $6. But it may be something that the landlord would be open to.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
he is going to upgrade his existing operator.
Right. And I hate to see that, but we've physically walked this store and I can see that it's failed. Many times they try to sell the business. I own 36 laundries in 3 states. I'm not a broker or a flipper. I don't sell them. My partner and I would be your guarantors and would be renewing the equipment. That's what makes a good laundry. Uh, the rate needs to be commensurate for a laundry, and that's where we'll have to argue and do a little bit of that. But yeah, I'm glad that the timing is correct. What's your best email address?
R
Got it the first time through, even with my slow typing. All right, this could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. And I want to say, Rachel, laundromats are phenomenal businesses. They really, truly are. But there's far too many folks that don't understand that. They buy them, they build them, and they end up running them into the ground because it's not picking up gold out of the streets. I'd like to have a longer discussion, so you email me back. Let me know when we can do that. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thanks.
Kaz, this was your first ever meaningful phone call and our first time doing this together. So I know what I think. I'd like to know what you think.
I think you have a proven system that I'm simply following, and I'm seeing
No, no, no,
the
no, 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 no. You're trying to talk like some kind of YouTube person. We just talked to a real person. You scouted the store. I want to know what you think.
I think I did fucking good work.
That's a little more like it. Yeah. Now, patting yourself on the back, breaking your arm doing so, I don't blame you. Here's a little what do you think about the leasing agent?
From what I gather, she obviously, like any agent, wants to make the commission on a lease, and she is nothing's in cement, and whatever number we can come up to, she's willing to run that by the landlord, and potentially advocate on our behalf to get the numbers to where they need to be in order for them to make sense for us.
Well, I appreciate you being a wordsmith, but the truth is, she doesn't give a shit. Here's what you may not know. There's not a lot of money in commercial leases for realtors. It's basically the bottom of the food chain. Now, if I own a building, I'm going to be very passionate about the lease rate that I can capture. I'm going to be passionate about how much I can get, et cetera, et cetera. But here's my point. I started to explain what we do and how we do it. Well, no, the whole call in a nutshell. I call, I mention the address, and she says, what business are you in? Because she's thinking about the empty suites, right? Normal rubber stamping a phone call. Square peg, round hole, all the live long day. And if I said, well, I sell beads, she'd say, oh, we've got a perfect 1,500 square foot spot for a bead shop, sir. But instead I say laundromat. And before I can get a few sentences out, she says, perfect timing, the landlord's ready to recapture, meaning this operator has failed. Now, my goodness gracious, you're thinking every time we make 2 telephone calls, 1 out of 2 is going to equal a free laundromat. Well, let's be realistic. That's your experience. Don't start picking and choosing. Now, if I were a YouTuber, I'd be saying, that's what happens every single time. This is live. One of those things is true. It is live, and it's happening right now. Now, she was very curt, very short, very to the point. She said, I have another phone call. Did you hear that?
I did.
I have another phone call. Come on. It's 14 after the hour. If she had another call, she'd be on it. It's almost as though we're selling something and she's not interested in buying. Well, that's her vocation is doing this job. I want someone to say, yeah, let's have that knockdown drag out, but I'm not going to force it. If I start being pushy, she also said, text me your email address. No, we're going to play a game, right? This is about the old handshake. Who's on top, who's using their finger in a certain way. I'm going to show her, no, I don't want to text you my email and wait. I want your email. So I get her email address. No big deal, not the end of the world, but it is a bit of a power struggle, right? I can't be bothered to text you, young lady. What's your email address? So she provides it. Mid-20s, all right? Now, how much do we want to spend in rent? What's our ideal rate?
$1 per square foot.
So what is she asking? $19 per square foot more? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah. Yes.
Incorrect. You don't understand the system. And that hurts my feelings because I've already taught you. $20 per square foot is not $19 more than we want to spend. 12 is 1. There's 12 months in a year. $1 per square foot per month is $12 per square foot per year. So if she's asking 20, she's referring to the yearly rate of rent. Landlords don't think about rent per month. They think about rent per year. So if I say, well, I can give you $10 a square foot, I'm talking about per month. That's more like 80 cents. I know. All of this is hard to understand. But when she says 20.
So she's at $1. So she means $1.66.
There you go.
Per square month.
You're over there doing the math magic. Perfect. And that's not far off from where we need to be. We're 66 cents away from ideal. So we need to have a conversation. Now, the next question is going to come from you. What do we do next?
Nothing. We send her an email and we wait.
Well, that's something. We absolutely, positively send her an email. I have a canned email that's already prepped and ready with before and after photographs of my locations. I'm careful with the verbiage when I talk to these folks. There's no need to, quote, introduce you yet. And we wait, all right? Now, if we need to, we will call her. If she doesn't email back, call, text, write me. 2 weeks from now, we'll call her back because we've given her enough time to do a lot of nothing. Should you concern yourself with, oh, gee, Willikers, this place is on the market, somebody's going to grab it up? It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. No one's parachuting in here in ninja outfits trying to take over this shitty laundry. Now, what you have here is a 2,000 plus square foot store that is not the worst laundry in the world, that has probably $300,000 worth of infrastructure, an ATM machine, soda and snack, chairs. Don't get too excited. It's not yours yet, but this is how it works. Welcome to the club. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. Any other questions?
I do not. Oh, no, I take that back. So, no, I've scouted on my off days quite a few stores. I know we're limited to 2 per.
Yeah, if we leave,
open up the floor?
look, you need to understand the reality of this, right? I'm not going to spread myself too thin. If we make 2 phone calls and leave 2 messages and it takes 30 seconds, nothing I can do about that. We literally just got a solid lead. You can ask all of my clients over the last 20 years, whether that's rare or not, they're all going to have a different opinion of that. This is the game and the way it is played, 100%. And I put all of that in writing in the emails I sent to you. The document looks great. Put more stores in there.
I got it. There actually are several more, but I'll continue.
Good. All right, bro. I'll send the email. I'll CC you. Nice work.
Appreciate it. Thank
Ciao. All right, time for a couple of questions from you, the louts. So jump in here and say words. Thanks for clearing that up, says Bryman. What got cleared up? I don't know what you mean. This is Josh. I caught alive. Love your wisdom and knowledge you're willing to share. Thank you, Joshua. Excuse me, pardon me. I've been ill. I'm getting better. I'll let you guys catch up with your comments and questions. Funny thing, a lot of people get really, really excited about catching these lives. And in my experience with YouTube, which is limited, there are a lot of influencers that spend money on advertising and claim to be laundry experts, all right? And so what I'm seeing, and they don't do what I do. They don't do lives and sit and stare into the screen and do off-the-cuff discussions. They have edited videos because they are morons. Small brains, small minds, small thoughts, small processes. And those morons pay for ads, and they're going to push them ahead of us. So all you can do is subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hang. Dylan says, I realized a few videos ago you were calling on laundries in my area with one of your clients. How can I compete with someone in the same area going after the same locations? You're not, Dylan. I don't know, Dylan, if you're a client, but becoming a client, obviously, you'll have access to my database and the bases of the other clients. This is a good question. You're scared of that monster under the bed. Gee willikers. There are hundreds of laundromats in LA, and I'm doing this with clients today. There are hundreds of laundromats in New York City, Baltimore, Maryland, Cheesecake Factory, Ohio, and everywhere else. Go out and look at laundromats, Dylan. When you notice that every one of them has been refurbished with brand new equipment, and it is absolutely brilliant, and there's a giant photograph of me on the wall that says, Danny helped. Tuck your tail between your legs and go home and do something else. Or you'll notice what everyone does. We are not big enough. I am not paying for advertisement on Instagram and YouTube. We are not crushing the laundromat industry because I only care about the folks like you, Dylan, who want to do this properly. And the woe is me, I'm hurt, I'm crushed, my butt aches because someone else in my area is looking for. I'm on all of these forums watching people say, I want to buy a laundromat, but there's none for sale in my area. Yeah, they are. They're being sold through cloaked business brokers. Why are they cloaked? Because they're selling failed businesses. And anyone who knows how to read a P&L will instantly see through the horse shit. They're trying to sell the business to an unsuspecting buffoon. People die. Your Graham, God forbid, Dylan, passes away and leaves you 50,000, 100,000. This broker will take it. You've only got 100? Well, let me take that 100. And you'll owe us the other 200, and you've got this laundromat business, picking up gold from the streets. That's how they do. Now we're getting some questions rolling. And I appreciate you being here, Dylan. Bryman, hey Brian, he says, thanks for clearing up the dollar per square foot is actually 12 per square foot per year. Was questioning that earlier. That's in the course. Oh, I'm a dickhead. That's in the course. I'm not saying go buy it. I'm saying it's in there. Try not to be an idiot. That's on me. Nancy says, hi, Danny. Hello, Nancy. Just started the course and eager to start scouting the area for a laundromat. Thank you for sharing your time and knowledge. You are welcome, Nancy. Kill shot. I like buttons. You're welcome, Nancy. Nancy, feel free to answer the little quizzes in the course. Those are fun, kind of funny. I wrote them. Feel free to ask questions within the course content. I do answer those questions there, or you can email me, Danny@freelaundromat.com. That goes for all of you, no matter what the stage in the process you are in. I'm happy to educate. J-Rap, I know you answered LLC questions ad nauseum. I wanted your thoughts on an S-Corp LLC, not a question in fear, honestly, an inquiring question. Well, you don't want me to say you're fearful, and that's not. It's a small thing. An S-Corp is going to be something that you need once you get to a level where your income becomes a pain in the neck. The S-Corp allows you and your wife and 3 of your kids to take a salary. Now, allow me to provide a caveat. I'm not an expert on taxes. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be an expert on laundromats or leases. I'm here to show you what I do, how I've done it, and help my clients to do it again and again. Everyone needs some form of shield, and an LLC is the quickest way there. When you need to start the S-Corp and your own salaries and moving it around, if I make $4 million a year with X number of laundries in cash, I'm not going to slurp that out before I deposit it and lie to the IRS. No, I'm going to be smart and savvy by opening an S-Corp and giving me only a small salary from that money. Now, if I need a brand new Cadillac, I'll buy it. But the company's the one that purchases it. It's not about the things. Stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an entrepreneur. I can't even spell that word, but I know what it means. Change the employee mindset. Thanks for the question. Darren is back. Whilst store scouting, very good word, Gilligan, besides looking for 1,500 square foot or more, that's small. You want 2K plus 25 washers. What's the desired number of washers? There you go, 25. That's our rule of thumb. 25 washers or more. Forget about the tumblers. Dylan is back. Thanks for the info. I've been watching for many months, and if I'm being real, I'm scared. Shit, I knew it. Kill shot. I knew you were scared. Scared. There's that word again, scared. Dylan, scared is what keeps people like you going to that hated job every day. You hate it. You don't like the boss. You don't like the work. It's driving you nuts. You're staring at the clock. You're driving over the road. White line fever. You want the Rolex watches every month. Let's be realistic. The fear is what keeps people going to that job. Maybe you should resign yourself. What are we doing here? What did I just do with my client, Kaz? He sat and listened to a phone call. Sure, he paid me some money, but did he dig a ditch? Did he put pen to paper? Did he more likely go boop, boop, transfer money? The preponderance of us no longer dig ditches for our money. We do a thing in an office that we hate. So if you, Dylan, want to change that thing, eliminate the fear. Not with a shot of whiskey or being drugged through the street by a horse. Your own mindset needs to change. Or be happy in your place. Be thrilled in the knowledge that you need to go in every day and stare at the clock and fill out the TPS reports. That's okay. The world needs ditch diggers too, Danny. You're welcome. Nancy says, thank you, I will. I'm not sure what I said. Oh, to comment on the thing and stuff. Awesome, says J-Rap. Thanks for answering my question. You're obviously great memory on who I am and my situation. I have no idea who you are or what your situation is. Try not to be an idiot. I have no idea. I will have to watch this back. I don't know what I did, but you're welcome. If we manage to get an email of the landlord, can we email to get a phone number? No. 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 There's a reason that I do cold calls, because that's what works. If you're working with me, Donald, which you are, there's a reason that I didn't say, send him an email and get his phone number. Because he's going to email you back and say, what do you want? The laundromat. No, it's not for sale. I don't want to buy it. I want to lease it. Not for lease. You might wonder, if I've been doing this for 20 plus long years, Donald, why I don't tell you to email the landlord. Be patient and do the work it takes to do this our way. Not my way, our way. Dixon says, I'm also educated, just so you know. N-O. And now you're either trying to be funny or that's hilarious. Try not to be an idiot. He says, I'm also educated, which I said, just so you N-O. I get it. Eric, hello. Oh, snap, says Donald. Yeah. Snap. Dylan is back at it. I'm happy. I love my job. I'm the #1 car salesman in my store. Oh, I've done that, buddy. Everybody knows that. I've always wanted to own a laundry and didn't know why. Sounds like you need some mental help. That's how I found you. I've always been afraid to spend the money to grow. There you have it. Okay, you love your job. That's the great thing about this. Keep your job. In the 20 plus years and the hundreds of clients and the dozens and dozens and dozens of successful free laundromat folk, the prodigies as I call them, I find that most people keep their horrible job. Their whole thought process is, I'm going to jump out of here. I can't wait to get out of this position I'm in selling cars. The minute that they actually start doing laundromats, or even one laundromat, they go into the job and they act the fool. They start screwing around. They sell even more cars, or they do even more neurology. They write even more books. Whatever it is that they do, they become free. That could be in your future, Dylan, because and I'm not trying to get flowery, I'm being serious. Imagine that mindset. Now you think you want a laundry, And others think they want out of the job. But what I've seen is you keep the job. You keep the benefits. You keep doing all of that and really phoning it in while you're earning money. You ever know a fireman or a firehouse captain? A lot of these guys have other jobs. And I don't just mean side hustles. I hate that word. I mean real companies, because they work 4 on, 4 off, or a week on, a week off, 3 on, 3 off. These guys are hustlers. They use the other days. They're fit. They're in shape. They build decks. They become contractors. They grab the other new firemen out of boot camp, whatever they call it. You guys probably know. They grab them and they say, come work for me. And that fire captain loves his job, loves pulling cats out of trees and saving lives. Heart of America. Then they have these other businesses, and it changes the way they look and feel every day. That's what you need to hold hope out for. J-Rap, oh, haha, you said wife and 3 kids. I spoke to you last week on the phone. Texted you about sorry. Okay. I have a wife and 3 kids. Keenan, what's up, buddy? King in the house. I am in my house. That is correct. Don't send the drones. Lindsay Murphy. Hey, Danny, just curious if distributors, installers will be able to convert from single phase to 3-phase, assuming that the utility provider gets it to the space. Yes, absolutely. If the building doesn't have it, it's going to be very costly. If the building has it, it's dollars per foot. It's not the end of the world to get it to your suite. And it's rare that it is not there. Now Keenan is talking to Eric. Eric, say hello to Keenan. Everybody say hello to everybody. Kids, I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to say this. We are going to get the hell off of this thing. If you are serious about owning any small business, put the fear behind you. Go do the thing. If you're serious about laundries, following Keenan. Follow my friend Keenan. He knows his shit. He talks about the nitty-gritty and the small stuff. He talks about installing, doing work, getting grit under his fingernails. He's in it. There are a lot of dipshits on the YouTubeinator who aren't doing it, who've never done it. Be wary. Look at 2 things. Look at how long they've been on YouTube and look into whether or not they've actually ever owned these businesses. It's kooky. I'm not going to name names, but there are people trying to get your money into their pocket. Hey, I don't have anyone in here monitoring my channel, and I have folks on here jumping on live saying, oh, love the course, appreciating the course, enjoying the course. It's a couple $100, always will be. I'm not trying to zap you for thousands of dollars. It's wrong. Dylan says, thanks, I'll rewatch the course again. I'll set up a call with you. You're right, I need to change for better. You're the #1 salesman, bro? Come on, that's serious do-re-mi. You're either buying gold in ingot level or you're doing a lot of nothing. Let's get some laundromats. Luis, I just seen a failed coin laundromat trying to get some money, going to try you steps. Thank you, Luis. Please, dude, if anyone on here goes out and looks at laundries, they'll find failed stores. You will. Don't use a YouTube channel to try to go to the next level, please. Please. I own an auto customization shop already, thank God. Well, I don't think God had anything to do with it. I think you did that, Luis. Nicely done. Bueno. Vaya con Dios. Lindsay says, Keenan just put in card readers, though, anti-Danny philosophy, lol. Curious why, how it's going. Well, lol, Lindsay, are you a 14-year-old girl? Because otherwise you shouldn't be LOLing, one of my pet peeves. And card readers are not the anti-Danny philosophy. I deal with people that are doing brand new laundromats in the way that we do it. And you know how? Coin. Keenan has enough stores that it starts to make sense. And if I'm right, I don't know, I haven't seen the video. If I'm right, he also takes coin. And he can comment on that happily. Dylan says, the car business has been going good for me over the past 5 years, but I definitely spend it on way too many guns and vehicles. Well, we do need to talk, my friend. I got you beat on both counts. I'm sure of it. Every single person on here, you're going to go comment, not in the top chat, but in the actual video. Do me that little flavor. If you like this, if you enjoyed it, tell me this in the video comments, as soon as I end this. What have I taught you? Maybe you're just watching YouTube. Maybe you've seen the course. Maybe we've talked on the phone. I just want a sentence. What did the Danny teach you? Ciao.